Hello everyone, it's Taylor, and I'm going to be doing something new and exciting and a little bit nerve-wracking. I'm going to be embarking on a project pan in 2019. Up until now, my channel has been only book-related content. However, I'm starting a no by year in 2019. If the intro video for that is already up, I'll go ahead and link it. If not, I'm starting a no by year. So with the beginning of that process, I want to start to integrate a little bit of different content into my channel. There will still be book-related things and maybe some beauty, some project pans, things like that. In 2019, I will be participating in the hashtag teamprojectpan, and that is a project created by the lovely women over at Just Buy the Makeup and Kitsch Snitch, I believe is how that's pronounced. They also have a channel together which is called The Beauty News, but they're two really funny, cool Aussies that I really enjoy watching. So if you want to check them out, I will link their shared channel and their two separate channels down below. In 2018, I did a pan 18 in 2018, which I had a lot of success with. So I'm excited to start this team project pan because the categories are a little bit different. Instead of having a number of products to focus on, we are going to be focusing on one product per category or area of the face. So primer, foundation, those kinds of things. This I think will go well with my no by year project because I will be able to really focus on moving out certain products in my collection. I can complete things and get rid of them, move through more product than if I was just jumping around and trying new things. All that being said, let's just go ahead and jump right in and I will show you the products that I'm gonna pan in 2019. Just an FYI, I have never documented a project pan before, so the first video or couple of videos might be a little bit rough. I'm gonna do my best to figure out the easiest way to show you product tracking and as I'm using things up, how I'm gonna do that. So let's just go ahead and jump right in with my first product. So the first product that I'm going to be panning is a primer, and it is the Becca First Light Primer. I don't know if you can see there how much I've used up, and I've even tried to draw a mark on it there. If it's not showing up, I will maybe take a close-up picture and try to show it that way. But this is a nice illuminating, hydrating primer. I really enjoy it, and I'm looking forward to using it up. Next up in this project, we have a foundation, and this is the Flower Beauty Light Illusion Foundation. And I don't know what's up with this bottle. I feel like it might be powder coated on the inside or something because I've held up a flashlight to it. I've put it up against a window. I cannot see how much is used up. Sorry about the glare on that. I'm just gonna put that away. I can't see how much is used up. If I take the cap off, I can look in and see that it's still relatively near the top. But other than that, I don't know how to mark this because it's completely opaque. So I will figure out a way to do that. Maybe I'll weigh it and give you progress that way. But this foundation is nice. I really like the texture. I like the look of it on the skin. However, it's a little bit too yellow. It is not the right color for me, and I do have to mix it with something else. So the product progress might be a little bit slow going, but I definitely think that with the entire year, I will be able to use up this foundation. For the concealer category, I will be panning my Tarte Shape Tape concealer, and this concealer is just an easy go-to. It's the only concealer that I have in my collection that matches me right now. I have one other concealer that's a white concealer, but I don't use it for concealing on the face. I kind of use it for if I'm doing anything on the eye or stuff like that. So really this is the only concealer in my collection right now, and when I use it, I can scrape the sides and I can see like areas where the product isn't showing on the sides, but I do think that I've got a while left on this because I haven't even had to take the stopper out of it, so I've got some time before this is ready to be moved out of my collection. Next up for powder, I'm panning the Jane Iredale pressed powder. I think it's a mineral foundation. So This product was sent to me by influencer to try out, and I really want to like it. Some days I love it, some days I don't. The thing about this is it is a mineral foundation, so I believe it's meant to be worn on its own. However, I don't wear powder foundation on its own. I wear liquid foundation, concealer, and then I put a powder on top of it. So this does have a tendency to get a little bit cakey. If I use a fluffier brush, I can lay down a lighter, more sheer layer of this powder. So I think that that helps with the cakiness, but it's definitely not my favorite powder, and I want to move through it. It's kind of hard to see, but the Jane Iredale sort of logo is still, I don't know if you can even see that, but it's still there a little bit. So I do have quite a ways left to go before I can completely pan this powder. Next up, we have a setting spray, and I'm kind of cheating because I'm using a dual finishing priming spray here, and that is my Smashbox Photo Finish Primer Water. I have decanted it into this travel bottle. One, because I like the spray on this better than the Smashbox bottle, and two, because it's a little bit more size friendly for the area that I keep my everyday makeup. So I just sort of refill this as I need to. I have emptied the Smashbox bottle completely, so this is all of the product that I have left. I'm not going to mark this bottle because I do want to be able to reuse it after this product is gone. So I think it's pretty easy to see the progress. I don't think anyone will have an issue seeing where that goes. And if I need to, I can put side-by-side pictures in to show the progress a little bit easier. Next up, we have bronzer. And I'm panning the, sorry, I'm trying not to let the mirror show. I'm panning the Too Faced Chocolate Bar, sorry, it's the Milk Chocolate Bronzer. And as you can see, it is in the old packaging. I've had it for quite some time. I do want to use this up and move it out of my collection in 2019. In 2018, I was able to use up a full bronzer, so I am pretty confident that I can get through this. As you could see when the product was close up to the camera, you can see the rings already, but I think that's a little bit deceiving with this particular bronzer. I keep thinking I'm gonna hit pan, and then I'm not hitting pan, so I'm just gonna keep trucking along and see what happens. Next up, we have my NARS blush in Madly, and it's in this Z palette here. Hoping that's Z palette, love it. So as you can see, there is quite a bit of progress in this pan already. I have depotted it from the packaging, and I just want to use this up. Next up, we have the highlighter category, and I will be panning the Becca Moonstone highlighter. This is my progress, as you can see there. I do already have pan on it going into the year, and I think it's a beautiful highlighter. I've made some good progress so far, and I really want to use this up, partially because it is depotted, and that was not my choice. The clasp on the packaging cracked very shortly after me acquiring this product, and that was a little frustrating. It could have just been a dud because I haven't had any problems with my other Becca products. However, for being this expensive, the packaging should be damn near foolproof, or so I'd hope. But yeah, the product itself is gorgeous. It is this beautiful sort of pale gold highlight, and it has just enough warmth for someone as pale as me that I can pull that off. It's not too gold that it looks wrong on my skin tone. So yeah, I'm trucking right through this, and hopefully I'll continue to make more progress as the year goes on. The next product is a little bit of a cheat, but I'm gonna do it anyway. I don't really care. So it's cream product or eye primer. I don't use my eye primer consistently enough to want to pan it, and I really don't invest in eye primer. The only ones I have are free samples that I've gotten, so I'm content to use those as I will. However, a sort of cream product that needs to be used up is this ColourPop eyeshadow in the shade Lala, and this is the shadow here. As you can see, it does have some pan. Don't mind the pink eyeshadow that is somehow on my finger. But Lala does have some pan in it. It's a very small pan. However, I want to use up as much as I can of this product before it goes dry. Next up is eyeshadows, or an eyeshadow palette. I am personally not working on a full palette this year. However, I have this sort of like everyday Z palette that I work on, and I am making good progress in some of these shades in there. There are two specifically that I do want to finish up, and I know that the rules of the project state that you only need one product per category, but I'm going to do two just because I feel like only having one single shadow to focus on isn't productive enough. The first shadow that I would like to completely use up is Mirage by Makeup Geek, and as you can tell, I have plenty of pan and it's not going to be a problem at all. I think I could probably even use this up in January. Right now I use it purely as an all over setting shade for my lid after I prime my eyes or after I do my concealer. The next eyeshadow that I'd like to use up is this shade here. It is Brown Script by MAC. I don't know if you'll even be able to see, I have a very slight dip in this eyeshadow. However, MAC is another brand that is not cruelty free. This is the last eyeshadow product in my collection from MAC. I used to have almost exclusively MAC eyeshadows and I've decluttered them, panned them. I've panned quite a few MAC eyeshadows. I really enjoy panning their shadows, so hopefully this is no exception to that rule. The only thing is it is so hard pressed. I think one, it's a little bit older, and two, because of the nature of it being a darker matte shade, it is very pressed, like very firmly pressed in the pan. So I might have a little difficulty, but I think in 12 months I can absolutely use this shade up. The next category is liquid or gel eyeliner. And I don't really use liquid or gel. I definitely don't use gel because I have more of a hooded eye. So anytime I've tried to use gel liner, it transfers so bad. The other thing is I don't really use liquid liner because, again, hooded eyes, it's very difficult for me to draw a nice, precise winged liner because of where my orbital bone sort of hits right here at the socket. Anyway, I can't... my struggles. No winged eyeliner for Taylor. However, I do love glitter liners. And this one here, I should have marked it. I will mark it for the next one. You can see up to there basically is where I've used the product. It's a Revlon Photoready Eye Art. There's a cream shadow on this side and a glitter liner on this side. From my experience, the cream shadow is complete crap. However, the liquid glitter liner is amazing. There is also a separate category for pencil eyeliner. So I'm going to add my Mr. Bing from ColourPop. I've got quite, let me get rid of this. I've got quite a bit of product left here to go through, so I don't think I'm going to be finishing this anytime soon. I just really want to use it up before it goes bad because I have had it for a little while, and eyeliners can get a little sketchy in that sense, and I'm not going to use an expired eyeliner, so I just want to get the most use out of this before it goes bad. Next up, we have sort of a gimme category, if you will. I don't really feel the need to pan a mascara, but as I'm only going to be using one at a time, I figured I'd add one in the category anyway, just to see how long it is taking me to use up a particular mascara. The one I'm using right now is the CoverGirl Super Sizer mascara, and I really enjoy this mascara a lot. CoverGirl did just go cruelty free, so I decided to pick this one up again, and I'm really enjoying using it. It makes my lashes look so separated and long, and if I add a second coat, very voluminous as well, so I do very much enjoy this mascara. After mascara, we have brow color product, and I am going to use up my Milk Makeup Kush Fiber Brow Gel. Unfortunately, I'm not going to be able to show you progress on this. I do think it's mostly used up as it is, so we'll just have to continue using it, and one day I will know if it's gone, or I'll just keep using it until I get there. Last but certainly not least, I will also be panning a perfume in this project. This is the Zara Femme perfume. I don't know if Zara in the US sells perfume. However, I got this particular perfume at the Zara in the Champs-Élysées in Paris. So it has some really good memories for me. Anytime I smell this scent, I think of being in Paris. I think of that first experience of being there. However, the first time I went to Paris was in 2016 and it's now 2019. So I do want to use this up before it goes bad. You can see the product progress there. I will probably, I don't know if I'll mark this. I very much like my perfume collection to be aesthetically pleasing. So I don't know if I'm gonna put a mark on this. If I have to, I'll show side-by-side pictures so that you can see the progress. All right, so those are all of my products that I am going to be doing for the Team Project Pan for 2019. I'm very excited to document this panning journey for you because I personally get so much satisfaction out of using up makeup and perfume, body products, things like that. So if you like those things, please feel free to follow along with this journey. Like I said, I will link the creators of this project pan down below if you want to track their project panning journeys for 2019 as well. And if you enjoyed this video, please give it a like, a thumbs up. If you want to see how I do on this project panning journey, then please go ahead and follow me, and I'll be updating monthly if all goes to plan. So here's to some panning in 2019.